What's going on, everybody? Christian Hernandez here from Sports Video Group. We are back from our long time in the desert at the 2022 NAB Show. Here with a good friend of SVG and a longtime supporter of the organization. We have Stosh Durbacz from Fujifilm and Fujinon. Stosh, how are you? And I guess personally, how was your 2022 NAB Show?
You know what? I'm doing great. Back home now, had a couple of days to rest. The show was fantastic. We were very hopeful that it was going to be a good one. We started with the Chairman Summit out at Red Rock and rolled right into the show. So it was fantastic. We reconnected with a lot of our great customers and colleagues, and made some new friends. So it was wonderful all around.
Well, it was great to see you in person, but here we are back over the virtuals over Zoom. So let's kind of talk about what your ideas and processes were for the company before heading into 2020, the 2022 NAB show. Was it, what were your expectations? What were you kind of expecting out of the show, and what were some of your aspirations for things that you wanted to achieve when you got to the convention center?
Yeah, I think we expected the overall volume at the show to be down, and certainly that did prove to be the case. But the quality of the people was fantastic. Everyone that came in, perhaps they weren't there to buy lenses this week, but they had a project. They had real technology they were researching. They had things that they needed to nail down for opportunities they're working on. So that was fantastic. We had made a decision to certainly downsize our presence and to change things up a little. We partnered with a couple of different companies this year and decided to show a real world working application. We partnered with APG and Moses. Moses' tracking systems and their remote heads and a variety of other things they do, and then APG with their LED panels. And we showed a virtual LED volume, and we showed our broadcast products and our cine products working seamlessly in those environments. So those kind of worlds have really been colliding lately in lots of different applications. And we just thought, what better opportunity to try something new. It's been 3 years since we've been at the NAB show. So let's try something different and see what kind of reactions we get. And overall, it was very positive. It wasn't one of these big giant LED volumes that were around the floor. It was something a little more manageable that, the average production company or the average set or the average studio could certainly deploy. So it was really good. It was really good that way, and we quite enjoyed the reaction we got from the clients.
Right, and I stopped by your booth really quickly and kind of saw the presence that you guys had, and you mentioned about wanting to make something. Obviously you downside like you mentioned, but you made the use of your space where you kind of had like a nice little demo set up, and you had all your cameras and your lenses kind of showcasing what it's like for if someone was to use your product, what it would look like in real life setting. But as I mentioned, the products, Stosh, talk about the new things that were shown, or what are the things that you debuted over the past 3 years that you're finally getting to show, or finally got to show people in person?
Yeah, that's for sure. We've had, Christian, we've had 3 years of stuff to talk about, to finally show people in person. So, our 4K 125 by 8, so 8mm on the wide end to 1000mm sports box lens with new rear controls, full servo controls, a new stabilization system built in, new processing, lots of control over your zoom and focus curves. So that was, I believe, the first time we actually showed that publicly. So that was exciting to be able to finally get that in front of people, show them the ergonomics and the new control features and the controls. We also had our 107 AF. So that was the first 4K, we call it advanced focus, but autofocus box lens. So what was cool about that is we had it up on a Moses U50 remote head. So it was actually overslung on top of our booth and shooting down the convention center. And then from the tripod down below with the monitor display, you were able to drive the lens and the remote head, of course, up above. Real topical these days in terms of removing operators, shrinking your footprint, your seat kills, getting operators out of dangerous ways sometimes, or enabling a professional operator to drive the camera from a remote location for whatever reason. And having the autofocus in those scenarios is super helpful, because focus is one of those things that needs to be immediate. It needs to be on site. So that was really well received. We're really excited. That came out just as things locked down. We were super excited to show that at NAB 2020, which didn't happen. And we're really excited to get that back out in front of people. Additionally, on the portable lenses, we have a new S10 drive, we call it. So it's just now full servo one drive. Every barrel we have in our portable lenses, there's one drive. There's not 4 different models for each focal length, which makes things a lot easier. It's a much higher performing drive. Right. And then on the cine side, our Prometheus, our full frame zooms had with a partnership with Crozeel, we had a drive unit for the side of that to make it more like our Cabrio product. Then last but not least, it was exciting to show some of the collaborations with the camera vendors. So we had on the Sony camera down on that 125 the ability to do RBF, remote back focus, so we can do that on the box lenses and some of the portable lenses. The ability to adjust your back focus from the remote control panel, as well as ARIA, which is a really cool feature with these lenses, where, as you know, these zooms, as you zoom to the telly and you start to lose light. That's one of the trade-offs of keeping them relatively small and getting those crazy focal lengths. So what we can do now is tell the camera where that ramp is and how much light is falling off, and they can dynamically boost the gain. So that's that's pretty much wraps up what we were showing off, and of course the good folks at Moses and APG had some cool technology to show as well.
Right, it was a nice mixture of the new stuff that was new on the block, but also you mentioned the ones that you finally got to show from years past. It's like fine wine, right? Like, so people were able to see it and able to actually see it in person and understand, hey, this is, and like I mentioned, the demo, able to see where it kind of fits into their workflow. So Stosh, the good thing about this interview and this video being happening after the show is the beauty that we're able to reflect on kind of what happened over that 3-4 day span in Vegas. Talk to me about kind of what it meant to you, some of the big takeaways that you learned from either the people you were speaking with or your colleagues or friends in the industry, how the show went, and kind of how you can take those lessons forward either throughout the rest of 2022 or even for the next year's show.
You know what? I think it was overwhelmingly positive. We'll be back again next year for sure. We're looking forward to having a bit larger space. We're looking forward to again reconnecting. Certainly, like I said earlier, the volumes of people weren't there, but the quality was. And talking to some of the key customers, some chief engineers that were around the floor, they were really excited on Sunday and Monday this year to be able to get into booths and talk to the design person or talk to the key artist or talk to whoever it was they wanted to, and not be fighting through piles of people to get there. I can tell you, we were busy. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday was busy. We were a steady stream of good quality people. So although there wasn't the crash of volume of humans everywhere, given COVID's still with us, that's probably not a bad thing that we weren't too deep in that. So overall, I think from our perspective, the feedback has been extremely positive. The connections we made were fantastic. Lots of new opportunities for us to follow up on moving forward, and we're excited that this continues to be the trend, and that we can continue to support the industry events and get with our customers and get back to life as normal, hopefully.
Right. Hopefully better times are ahead. Stosh, it was great seeing you in person. What would you say? Last week, I lost track of time. Good seeing you in person. Yes, good seeing you over Zoom. Congratulations on a great show. And hope to see you soon in person, very soon, like I said.
Look forward to it, Christian. Thanks so much, everyone, and have a great day.
All right. Thank you to Stosh for this interview. If you want to see more like this one with Stosh, the good thing about it is that we have our Sports Tech and NAB Show blog. That thing never goes away. So you can see more interviews like this one with Stosh or other write-ups from the show at our website. But for now, Stosh, good seeing you, man. See you later.
Take care, everybody. Bye now.